What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame with a 4. In this video we're going to do the incredible Mike Lane rear carpets mod with the metal grille and trim. So it's all self-adhesive. There are a couple of bits that we will need to glue in with super glue. What we're going to do, we're going to take out the kit and find out what's in here, so we'll do that in a moment. But first of all, if you are at a stage where you don't have to take your bits out, then you'll be absolutely fine. But what you will need to take out is you'll need to take out the phone pack there, and you will need to take out the seat, which goes in here, and also you will need to take out this section here, which is just these I don't know, computer bits, and they just sit in there and they're held in by 2 screws which are just there. So you'll just need to take that out first. Once you've done that, what we'll do is we'll go grab the pieces out and then have a look what we have, and then what we'll do is we'll start to install them, and then we'll see how incredible this is really gonna look. So guys, once you have all your pieces out, we have laid them all out down here. We will show you what they look like one at a time when we go to do them. As you can see, he goes through so much detail when packing things up. Just incredible how nice they look. So this is like a metal section here, and this is a metal grille which is going to go in the back section there. And as you can see, this just looks amazing, and it's already got pre-sticky on the back, so we don't even need to worry about that. But the metal trims which are here, look at those, they just look so nice, and they're so detailed. They've got all the detailing in them all the way up. Looks like that it's going to be riveted on, and you know, we'll be sticking this on once it's all finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the metal sections out the way and move some bits that might prevent us showing you. Just familiarize yourself with all the bits, so just test fit them first before you start going peeling stuff and sticking it in place. Just test fit things, because as you know, Mike Lane stuff always fits incredibly good. So as you can see there, that fits there, and then with the other section you just need to make sure they go in well. So this should sit at the back there, which it does. And then the other section would be this small piece here. Would that go in there? So that doesn't go there, so that's fine. So it's going to be this smaller one, and it's cut out into shape where it goes, so that will just sit there. And then these ones are actually, there are actually some for the other side, so I think that them two go on the other side along with those ones. And then this one here is going to go, it's going to go in here, but it kind of curves around all of this and then loops around until it fits in place. So we will show you us doing that as well, so you can see that happening. But what we'll do for now, the first thing we're going to put into place is going to be this bottom carpet. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Now that we know that the carpet fits, you just need to get this corner edge. As you can see, I just peeled it there slightly just so we can grab it. So just peel it all the way back, taking your time, and then we will now need to place this in to its rightful place. The best thing to do is go for the first corner and get that all lined up, making sure your holes line up too. So let's have a quick look, see if we can do it in one. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll stretch it down. Should line up really nicely. Oh, that looks incredible, doesn't it? So just go around the edges, make sure that all the edges are pushed down. Make sure that this is all flat. So this is now all carpeted, as opposed to having the same wash down floor as the other corner there. So that looks really good. And then we're going to go ahead and install the back section next. As you can see, that's all cut out ready to go. So we're going to peel our corner, which we've got here. Slowly peel it there because it's really fragile, so just be careful. And then what we need to do, I don't know if you can see, so what I'll do is I'll scoot it down. Should be able to see it there. Is we just need to just lay it in place really carefully. making sure that it's flush at the top. Make sure the line along the top is good. Tuck the bottom in so that it looks like one fold. I'm just using my finger here, I'm not using any other tools. There we go, and then we now have one to do on the side. So if I lift it and turn it to the side, hopefully you'll be able to see me working on this section here, putting that next bit in. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to use a lollipop stick to push it into the edges. First of all, I'm just going to get that corner into place. Just kind of let it follow its own channel when it's going. And then just let it drop into place slowly. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on the other side so I can push it into those gaps. And then I'm going to use the lollipop stick to keep it down where it needs to go, following in the channels at the bottom. Getting it in the gap because it needs to go in the gaps in the corners. Just let it fall into place itself. Don't let it tell you what to do, you tell it what to do. And just go around with your hand, pushing the corners in. Be careful not to push too hard with the lollipop stick. You do not want to ruin it at this stage. There we go. Looks absolutely incredible. Looks so nice. Great line there. Right guys, now that that section's done around the corner, we just need to put this one in. So just check and see if you're happy. It is actually cut a certain way, so you will see that it's got like a sort of slant edge there, and that will need to go into that slanted edge there too, so it does fit perfect. We're going to go get the corner of this ready, and then we'll peel and stick, and then you'll see what it looks like in a sec. Right, we now have it ready to go, as we have been doing. Just take your time, carefully push it into the edge, and let the top follow itself all the way down until the corner. And then when you're happy with it, I'm going to get the lollipop stick and do it with that. Just from the middle, push it down, and then just let it follow the edge down the bottom, following that seam, pushing it in the corner, making sure you're happy. I hope this looks so nice. It does look really good. Right, so we're going to now move on to the vent. So what we need to do now is spin it around, like so. And then we're going to take the vent, which is already pre-sticky. Okay, so we're going to do the vent. I've got some tweezers here. We're going to grab the corner, which we've now just started to peel, so it reveals the grill. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just hold it in the middle. I'm going to hold it with the tweezers ever so slightly. Just position it where I want it to go. Starting with the top. Let it kind of go into place. Once you've got your positioning, keep it steady. Careful not to obviously push it too tight, because you don't want to ruin it. You want to just mainly push around the edging, because that's where it's going to make contact. And you just follow it around, just being careful not to scratch it in any way. And just remember, it's only sticky on the outside, so. And there you go. So once you're happy with it, the grill will look something like that. Got it around the other way now. As you can see, we need to put it on this side here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stick the back section on. Again, if you want to, you can always test fit to make sure you're happy with everything going into place. Check it which way round you're happy with it going in. I'm pretty sure the way we just had it was good, although that way seems like it fits a lot better. So we'll go with that side. So just peel the sticky back and we're going to just push it in. We're going to pull it tight and then we're going to line up one side. Just peel it back off again. So we're going to line up with the bottom corner, well, I'm going to do the top corner first. And then we're going to follow it all the way down. The fitment on these is just so incredible. I'm going to use the lollipop stick just to push it in the corners. Don't push hard with this, just use it as a guide only, just to get in those edges where we can't usually get with our hand. There we go. And then we've got this small little trim here which we need to put into place. So just check that it goes around the screw holes, and this way round, yes, it goes around all the holes, so perfect. So what we'll do is we will peel the edge and then we'll stick this bit down. So I'm just going to grab the corner edge on this. Right, so there we go, we've got the corner edge. Slowly peel it, just be really careful and make sure you get it in position. Start at the corner again, make sure you're happy. And then we will just put it over. There's little hole cutouts that you need to make sure you cover when you're doing it. So make sure it goes over those. Follow it down, make sure it goes over the holes. Follow it down. And then make sure it goes around these ones. Like that. I'm going to use a lollipop stick just to push the corner edges in. And then just pushing it down to get right in there. Now I'm just going to go down with my finger. There we go. So that's now the bottom section in. And then it does have sides as well, so just check the sides and see if you're happy with them. I might start with the top on this one, so we're going to go right at the top. Right in that corner at the top there, following this edge down. I'm going to go ahead and use my lollipop stick again to just push it into the place that it should be in. Again, don't grate it up and down like that because you could peel some of the texture off. Just tap it into place until you're happy. Then we now need to move over onto this side and do this one, which we'll now go do. Right, so you peel this one. Again, same thing. Just, I'm going to start at the top and then push it down. Oh, start at the top and just push it down. And then follow the channel. Use my trusty stick, lollipop stick. And as you can see, the trim looks absolutely just superb. It just looks so nice. But you're also still left with the hole cutouts on every single one. He always allows for the hole cutouts on there. So if you have something to add later on, it's always there for the trim and such. Right, so we now need to just work out the angled pieces that I've got to go over the top of here. So get it just underneath. So So let's just tilt it out quickly and do that. Okay, so the next bit we need to put on is this trim. These are all cut to size, so this is the smaller one of the longest one that you would have. Once this has all been lifted up here, just test fit to see if it will go in. So start with this back corner here, and then just slide it underneath there, and then see if it goes in. So it's going in absolutely fine, which is perfect. So we'll take it back out again, and then what we will do is pop a little bit of super glue on the trim. So it's going to go down it with a bit of glue. Not going to go too crazy. Just going to put a few blobs here and there. There we go. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to sit the trim on. We're going to go this side first, and then we're going to lift that. Actually, it might go this side first and try it that way around to see if it wants to let us put it in that way, and then see if we can just push it down into position. Yeah, that's it. That goes well. Push it over the edge. Like that. Fits so nice. Push it down. Just finishes that trim off really nicely. So that just sits like that. And then it's got like a nice black finish trim, as you can see, just on that edge there. So we've got these really tiny ones that we need to put on. So they're just here. I just put one on the side. I'm going to get those out. We're going to see which one goes on what corner, and then we'll glue those into place as well. So you just need to get these little tiny corner sections, which you can see here, and they will line up on this. So I'm not too sure whether it's going to focus or not, but they just go, you need to just glue them on, and each piece, the corners line up exact. So that one will go on there, and then on the other side there's another corner piece which will go just under there and sit in place on that one just there. So we're going to go get some glue, and then we'll just quickly pop those in. So then I'm going to, that bit's lifted up a little bit, so let's just move that. There we go. Right, let's pop a bit of glue on the inside. And then these corner edges are angled, and they need to go on that corner. So you just need to slide it over and then hold it into place. What I'm going to do is use my lollipop stick just to hold that corner in. And then just wait for the glue to go off slightly, ever so slightly. There we are. And then now we're going to do the other corner. So much little details going into these. It's just amazing. So there's some glue on that one. Be careful not to touch it if you can. Very fiddly indeed. And just stick it up and over. Use the stick, push it down into place, and then hold it there while the glue goes off. Just that corner edge just looks so incredible. It's just such a fine bit of detail that's just so needed. There we go, so that corner edge is now in place. Doesn't that look absolutely incredible? That just fine detail in there on that. It's just so nice. Let's see if I can zoom you in. You see that corner? So good. I was going to go back out again, and then we're going to switch the car around and we'll be back in just a sec. We're just going to go and test fit everything that we need to put in. So this section will just go here. So everything is pre-cut to go into place. Then there is this top back section here, which just goes up to that line. And then there's another piece, a smaller piece here, which just goes in there on that back edge, which you probably can't see me doing, but I'll show you that in a sec. But the first one we need to do to get out of the way is going to be that back edge. So we're going to put that in. As you can see, this would be so much easier to do if you didn't have all this in, but it isn't impossible to do it without taking it all apart. So what I've done is just put it to that bottom edge there. With this section, just tilt it back slightly, ever so slightly, for it to get in, and then as you can see, it runs down that channel. So we're going to push that in a moment, but not before we put a little bit of glue on. So we're just going to pop a little bit of super glue on the trim. 3 and 4, and then maybe 1 on the corner just there. Right, so what we need to do, we need to act fast because this is going to dry pretty quick and we don't have much time. So we're going to pop that edge on and lift this backwards and push that back there, and then we're going to start sliding it down, and then I'm going to use the bottom of the screwdriver just to finish off the end of it, keeping it nice and flat as we go down. And as you can see there, that is now got that edge in, and it looks absolutely incredible. Right, so we now to put the back edge in there. So we're just going to go get some glue and then glue that back edge on, so that's sitting along the top there nicely. A few dots will just allow it to stick in place in all these little areas that we've got. So right, so that corner needs to go right in. It's probably going to be quite hard to show you it at the start, but what I'll do is I'll just put it in place, push it right to the edge, and I'll have to give you like an up close look of it afterwards, but just hold it there until the glue starts to go off. And this is just like a finishing trim, and it just looks so good when it's on and in place. It doesn't take long for the glue to go off. We just have to wait a few moments for it to do it. I think we're pretty much there. Right, so the last bit that we need to put in is going to be this back edge. So we'll just scoot the car around enough so that you can maybe see, and then we'll go and do that back edge now. I'm hoping you can just see that back edge from where you are. What we're going to do is we are going to test fit to make sure that that last piece fits before we glue it in. So we'll just sit that down because it's quite fiddly. You probably will need the tweezers just to help you just guide it into place, and we'll see which way is the best way to put it on, because if you can imagine, this has got super glue on it, which it hasn't yet, but if it did have, we would be getting in a bit of a pickle. So is it easier to do it that way? You can kind of see where it needs to go, but it just needs to go in place first. Okay, so yeah, that's gone in lovely. So that's now sitting in on that edge. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly take it back out again. Just lift it back out, and then we'll just pop some super glue on, and then we'll be able to put it into position where it needs to go. So I'm just going to get a few dobs of glue and then hope it's okay. Here we go. And then we'll need to line up that back edge first, like we did previously. Get the tweezers on that corner and then push down. There we go. Just push it in. It just lines up so well. So incredible. And then that edge is now in place. So look how nice that looks. Just bring it closer so you can see how good that edging is. It's absolutely incredible. So there you go. So what we'll do now is we'll put all the components back in to make sure everything's going in well. So I'm just going to bring the car around again and then we'll start putting the bits in. So guys, the first thing that we need to put back in is going to be this little section here. So you just need to just pop it in place into the corner and then just make sure the holes line up at the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this top one in where it's got to go. Screw that in place. Oh, there we go. And then put the second one in now. Just goes in the bottom there. And that's just going to hold that in nicely. As you can see, having no issues with getting things to go back into place, into position. So let's just swing that around so you can see. You can see it back there. It's focused, there we go. So that now sits in flush, which looks really nice. And then the other bits are just the magnet mod sections that I made, which we're going to try in to make sure that they fit. So we haven't had to strip the car right back down to do this. It's been quite easy to do. So this should just now line up where it did before, into position. There we go. And the seat goes down, lovely. And then the phone box, I say it's the phone box, but the phone should just go into place like so. Click the phone in here and spin it around. See if it let me. Put the phone in. Having more trouble doing the phone than anything else. So there's the phone in place. So there you have it guys, look how absolutely incredible that looks. If you want to go check out Mike Lane Mods, please use the channel description links and go in there, click on them and it will take you to his page and you can purchase this for yourself. Absolutely incredible mod. So this is the rear carpets as I just said, and look, it just matches the front ones. Everything is just going on and looking really, really nice. The magnet mod was just something I did so I could pop these in without having to strip the car all the way back down and lifting all these out. So there you go guys, I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care now, bye bye.